Coming to you live on our Independence Day. This is Optimal Play. My name is Brandon. I am here to finally play some more Under Falling Skies. If you joined me before, I've done a couple of videos where I was trying out the different bases that come before you get into the campaign and experimenting with what threat level I thought I should play. I think I landed on 2 after kind of crushing a threat 1 game to end it. And then life happened. I did did some traveling towards the end of the summer after I'd recorded those, and for my first time here in fall 2023, caught COVID. I don't recommend catching COVID. keep your boosters up to date. Mask where you can, because COVID sucks. I'm quadruple vaccinated, and I'm sure it could have been a lot worse, but the worst thing for me was mental fatigue, and it lasted a month. I barely played any board games. I also hardly got any work done. Thank you to my colleagues for covering for me where necessary. Just every hour of doing something that involved a lot of mental focus, like board games or my day job, I felt like I needed a nap. I didn't even usually sleep. I was tired. And then thankfully, after 3.5 weeks of that, one day I woke up and was fine. It wasn't gradual. It sucked. Hey, I'm fine. Weird times. Yeah. Moral of the story, don't get COVID. Do drink scotch and play board games. So that's the plan for tonight, as I take a sip, and I'm excited to finally start an Under Falling Skies campaign. It has a pretty simple campaign structure, it seems like, where each of 4 chapters is going to introduce several cities and scenarios and leaders that you mix and match and play a couple of them each round. So I am about to dive in. Before I start playing the game, let me just suggest that you hit the like button on this video and even subscribe to Optimal Play. Last I checked, about 80% of our views come from people who are not subscribed. So don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution and subscribe. It is the only way to support the channel, so we appreciate when you do. Just one more sip here. Whew, all right. So I've set up the table here a little bit. I've started my campaign sheet. I named the campaign Someone Might Save You. Let me know in the comments if you get that reference to an alien movie that came out this year, here in 2023. It's great. Maybe I'll talk about it more some other time. I have a Threat 2 Sky already set up. I'm guessing that setup is fine, although there's a possibility that when I get into the campaign components, it will tell me to change it in some way, I guess. I also have the base parts ready, but I don't know what city I'm playing in, what the base should look like. So this is as set up as I can be before getting into this first package. So let's do it. Done. There's no going back. Legacy game right there. You can't put that piece back together. Okay. We have a comic sheet. It looks like New York is under attack here. Giant Independence Day style UFO beaming destruction down on the Statue of Liberty. Breaking news, I've never seen anything like it. And then our stoic captain here, I have. That's actually... I'm not sure where it's going with that. So there have been secret alien attacks that the military knew about, but this is the first open attack, I guess is the takeaway there. Let's see what this says. Chapter 1, The Invasion. Oh, I can zoom in a little closer to this. I should have done that before for the comic sheet. Here's one more closer look at it. Not a lot of text on it. Gargantuan spacecraft descend on our planet, spewing hordes of alien ships into the skies. As cities struggle desperately to defend themselves, our research team tries to gather some intelligence that could help us fight back. So this tells us all components in each chapter have a mark to remind you which chapter they come from if you ever need to sort them. Cool. Additional components. These scenarios may use the orange ships and 6 numbered tokens. Are they? Okay, I think they're here. I think I'll punch them out in a second. Dice values. Some characters in cities allow you to increase the value of a die. As you would expect, a die can only have values between 1 and 6. If an effect tries to set a die to a value of 7 or more, set it to 6. Rooms with 2 effects. Some rooms offer 2 effects for the price of 1. When you pay the energy cost, you may perform both effects. Calculate the room's value as usual, add both dice and the modifier. This is the value for each effect. Effects may be resolved in either order. Wow, so this example here is, I guess it becomes... so it's a weapon room, but also you can install a robot worker there, which I guess would mean that you install a robot there and still have to pair a second die with it so that the room is full to follow the rules of like a double die room. Okay, that's interesting. And then some additional rules about Montreal and Havana. We can take a look at those if we end up playing those cities. So I am going to punch out these pieces. I'm going to make a point to not really look closely at them. I think I'm just going to set up random configurations and go with whatever I get. But I'm going to punch out Rio de Janeiro, Mexico City, Havana, and Montreal. So these comic panels have the scenario details on the back. And then we have, for characters, a new base part, and then these 6 numbered tokens that we'll punch out really quick. Okay, everything making sense so far with the campaign rules I read. Okay, I'll cycle these later. All right, so I'm gonna haphazardly create 4 cities here. Here, you can see in the picture-in-picture I'm looking at the camera and not what I'm doing. So for these, we've got our 4 leaders, 1 to go with each, and then our 4 scenarios. Also 1 to go with each. So now I still haven't even looked at these. I'm going to take the rightmost 2 piles that I just randomly created, set them aside because the second city that we play in Chapter 1 will be one of these 2. The first city that we play in Chapter 1 will be one of the remaining ones, and now I get to choose which one. This is not random, but I get to choose one of these city scenario combinations to play out this match and try to save the city. The other one, the city is destroyed. You can only save one of them, which is a pretty brutal premise that I kind of love. So we've got Rio de Janeiro with Samantha Legrand. Let's get this into a zoomed in view. And I am just looking at the comic book panel, I think, to decide on the scenario. We've got a dogfight between our military pilots and the small alien ships. Pilot yelling, 1 down, 1,295 to go. Over here in Montreal with the mechanic Lucia Ortego, the comic panel tells us and shows us gunning down something in the city. Beneath the flaming sky, ground troops fight a different battle. For the of the city's people? Are you seeing this? Yeah, that's a typo. For the of the city's people. I know there's typos in almost every board game, but we're off to a good start here. Whew. All right. I'm pretty interested in the ground battle, I think. This game is always about blowing ships out of the air, so that feels less novel to me. So I'm going to go with Montreal. Rio de Janeiro has been destroyed, which is pretty ridiculous. We will never play this scenario in this campaign. But when I inevitably come back, it probably won't be a video series, but when I inevitably come back and play more of this, I can make sure to try some of the things that I haven't seen before. So let's see what we're up to in Montreal. Montreal, It's going to get installed here at the bottom of our track. 2 or more room effects of the same type can be resolved simultaneously. Sum their values, then perform the effect once with that value. I think there was additional info here. Montreal. Montreal allows you to sum multiple rooms together if they all have the same effect. Let's say you want to use this ability while resolving a room with 2 effects, A and B. First, calculate the room's value. This is the base value for each effect. Then resolve A and B in either order. For each effect, you can sum it with other rooms of the same type. I've now read this, the brief one printed on Montreal and the one in the rules, and I'm having trouble grokking it, I will admit. 2 or more room effects of the same type can be resolved simultaneously. Sum their values, then perform the effect once with that value. Okay. So I'm trying to think of like what's the purpose of that? You could sum together like a 2 in one weapon room and a 3 in another weapon room to attack for 5, I guess. Or oh yeah, so that's a good way if the weapon rooms don't have a lot of double dice, then that's a good way to get to the like 7 and 8 spots you have to shoot down sometimes. So okay, that makes sense to me. You could gain energy that way, but I don't really understand why adding together energy rooms is any better than just resolving them separately. And what's the third thing? Oh, research. Adding together research rooms has obvious benefits as you need to get over the larger numbers on the research track. So, okay, I'm on board for that. Looks like Montreal is C and D. So let's get board C at the top and board D at the bottom. All right, then we can start at the bottom of the research track with the green token, 2 energy with the yellow token, and at the start of the damage track. I feel like there's a pretty generous amount of damage we can take here, so that's nice. We do have a couple of these 2 typed rooms. We have an energy and attack. Oh, it's gonna bother me. I like using the like flavorful real names of things in board games, especially when I'm making videos. What is the name of the red rooms that shoot things down? Shooty rooms? I know it's in here. Jet fighter rooms. Okay. Jet fighter rooms, energy rooms. AA rooms are the ones on the top that just move the dice one less. Got it. Okay. So, jet fighter plus energy room, but with a -4 modifier, and then there's a research plus robot room with a +1 modifier, but it costs 3 energy. So, okay. Interesting. Then we have Lucia Ortego. These characters are a once per game ability that you can use as part of your game. So, she's the mechanic and says, increase 1 robot by 1 or make an exhausted robot unexhausted. Ooh, the making an exhausted robot unexhausted thing strikes me as the more interesting effect, to be able to, research, like gain energy twice with the same robot or research twice with the same robot. I guess it would tick down each time, but still, that seems great. And then I'm now realizing maybe I buried the lead here, because we do have this scenario that I think is going to kind of drastically change the rules. So let's see what this looks like. It's called Evacuation. The alien invasion is leading to mass panic. Instead of seeking shelter, civilians are fleeing into the streets. If you can't evacuate them to safety, you may lose this city. Okay, so we have some setup rules. Take the tokens numbered 1 through 6, shuffle them, that's these, and place one at random face up on the city tile. This is a civilian in need of rescue. Face up on the city tile. Okay, so we've got number 3. Right, is face up on the city tile. Okay, yeah, so this is a civilian in need of rescue. Place the remaining tokens face down beside every other row of this guy, starting at the top. Okay, so these are face down next to the odd rows down from the top. Okay. The rules. Whenever the mothership descends to a row with a token, place that token face up on the city tile. When you place a worker die in an anti-air gun room, if the die matches a token in your city, remove the token before moving enemy ships. You have saved that civilian. Whenever a ship hits the city, discard all tokens on it. You have failed to save those civilians. Take an extra damage for each. Oh, wow, okay. So this scenario seems like all downside, doesn't it? There's no... this is just an additional potential source of damage to the city via needing to evacuate these citizens. All right. It seems a little rough, and this is my first time playing Threat 2, so we'll see how this goes, but I'm up to the challenge. I think now... I was going to say we're all set. I should probably put some... They're a little off camera here, but that's okay. We've got some ships. Ready to go, and set aside the robot dice so they're not in the way. The excavator should be here. I guess before I forget, I will fill in the campaign sheet that we are in Montreal, playing the evacuation scenario, and we have Lucia Ortego. And then what we're going to do is, using these boxes, make up to 2 attempts, putting in an X if we lose, and the threat number if we win, which is 2. The base rules of the campaign did not explain to me how those will be used in the future, but you do track kind of your score, I guess, per se. Okay. This is it. I'm going to keep these evacuation rules here. I'll just roll the dice and get the show on the road. Wow, some low numbers. So I want to use a reroll really quickly here. This 4 would reroll the dice and could rescue the civilian. I kind of like that. This can... We'll see if we have the energy to actually fire weapons, but if I put this here in this column, we're going to move this ship down 3. 1, 2, 3, which is onto a weapon spot, which is always nice. And rescue that civilian. Easy. Okay. And that's going to reroll the rest of the dice. Wow, that's a bigger variety. 3, 3, 6, 5. Okay, well, I definitely want to get excavating kind of as far as I can. So it looks like if I were to put like this 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I were to put it here, then this ship would safely land on an empty space, and that would excavate a lot of territory. That would roll the dice though, so is there anything else I want to do first in these columns? I want to gain energy. Gaining... Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think I like these gray dice, so I think I will leave them as they are. Or maybe, this is plenty of energy. I can go a 3 here, move this ship down 3. 3 next to it, move this ship down 3. And then I know I'm going to have tons of energy, so I can use the weapons room. I can throw this 5 in there. My one wish is that it was a number that would... Yeah, there's really no way to leave the ship, put the ship in that column on a destruction space. So, yeah, I'll put the 5 right there. And... lastly, use my other white die, put a 6 here. Okay. I gotta move the ships for the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one will slide over. This one's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Above it, everything else, I just want the mothership to not move extra spaces from these. So, yeah. I am happy with that. Okay, so let's resolve. So I'll start with excavating. Looks like the best order to manage energy here. So I'm going to spend 1 energy to excavate the 6 spaces to this 6 die. I'm glad to be excavating a lot because I can see up here that the mothership will be pushing it back often. So that feels great. Then I've got 6 energy gain from this double energy room. Whoa, if I can do it without making a mess. And then I do want to resolve this, right? It's so expensive on energy, but it destroys a ship. I think I'll do it. I'll go ahead and spend the 3 energy to resolve this jet fighter room, destroying that ship, sending it back to the mothership. Yeah, I think I'll just seize any opportunity I have to do that, even though I don't like spending 3 energy to destroy 1 ship. I think I have plenty of good sources of energy here. Okay, so let's move the mothership down. And it's going to push the excavator back 1. Because there was an empty space there anyway, nothing was lost. Okay. I just realized what I was saying before about the double purpose room with the robot. Realized that was stupid. The robot rooms install a robot somewhere else. I know how to play this game. Totally. Okay. We're at a fresh new round. Here goes nothing. Interestingly, with this base, and I guess this is not new playing the campaign because we always had C, but you don't start with any access to research. So if you wanted to, you could not research in the early game on this board, but now I'm able to get there. I'll keep that roll, but I did just realize that this civilian should be sent down to the city. It's a 2, so I need to put a 2 die in anti-air before a ship damages the city, which actually I have plenty of time. Okay, big numbers here. I want another big excavate. I'm going to really prioritize that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put a 6 here to excavate, then this ship will land on a target space again. I think that's fine. It'll reroll the rest of the dice, but well, if I do want to blow up more ships, if I put a 3 in the center column, I don't have a 3. Right. Okay. I think I'm not going to blow up ships this round. Because they're in the same column, I can either deploy jet fighters or install a robot for no energy, and I think I want to do that this turn. Probably get that in one of the energy or research generators. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the 6 down here to excavate. 6. And then I will reroll the rest of the dice, since that was a white die. Okay, a white 3, and then a gray 5, 3, 2. Okay. Now what am I doing with this? The 3s in energy here felt great, but also like the 3 that I have is plenty for a decent, or to start moving up the research track. I'm gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna take a look at researching with these rooms to get that moving, and generating energy here, and hopefully installing a robot here. So what can I do that doesn't screw me up too much? Oh, I'm speaking of screwing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from that 6 I placed a moment ago. Oh yes, I can't generate energy here. Ah, damn. So I'm spending an energy excavating. I've got enough energy to do this research then. Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to generate energy again? That's tricky. I'll probably install a robot generating energy. Let's start there. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to put a 3 here. It'll cost me an energy, and it'll research over this first 3 on the research track. And that's going to reroll the rest of the dice. I'm looking for a 6. If I'm going to make a robot, I would like it to obviously be a good one. So I'm going with the reroll here. First, I'll move this ship down 3. And here we go. 6. I got it. And then 2s. Yeah, I can work with this. This 6 will go on the robot space. There is no ship in that column, so that's beautiful. And then these 2s, this one I guess I'll just do in anti-air. Move this ship down 1, and that'll rescue the civilian. And that leaves a 2 in this column. Do I want to spend 2 energy to research for 3 here, since there would be 2 energy and a +1? I think I'll go ahead and do it, and then next turn I'll have a robot generating energy. It'll go great. Right? Yeah. Why not spend all my energy? Seems fine. Nothing bad has ever happened because someone took themselves down to 0 energy. Okay. So I am going to resolve these. I'm going to excavate. Spend an energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we are making quick progress there. I will research, spending an energy to research for 3. That'll get me over this 3. Here I'm researching, spending 2 energy to research for 3. So this is an example I've been forgetting for a moment here, that you can combine rooms. So I could basically combine that 3 and that 3. Here it didn't matter, but I got to remember that I can do that to get over these tougher research numbers, or just to make sure that I'm optimizing. I'm not like burning extra value. Okay, the 6 in the robot room will install. It's a -1, so it'll install a 5 robot. And I think I'll put that in this energy room. So in the future, and then there's another -1 there, but it'll generate 4, then 3, then 2 energy. That seems like a lot of value. And then this anti-air does nothing. So, all right, mothership moves down. There are going to be 2 white ships entering. So it's going to be like here and here. 2 rounds done. Disaster so far has been avoided. I'll take it. No damage? Yeah. Okay. Let's roll the dice. All right. A white 6 and a 3, and a gray 1, 2, and 3. Well, this is interesting because the one is actually pretty interesting because I surely, especially now that I have one that only costs 1 energy, I surely want to fire the jets this turn. And so I can put a 1 in the anti-air here to keep this one on its 4. That feels pretty good to me. So I'll throw the 1 in the anti-air. That won't move these ships at all. And then, this is so interesting, this combined... Oh, I don't have access to this yet. Okay. I will be generating 4 energy with this robot. I could use my mechanic to tick that up 1, and then it does 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Seems pretty good. I'll keep that in mind. So if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 6 in this column on this jet fighter seems great. Am I ready to re-roll the other dice? I think so. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to place that 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And re-roll the rest. White 4, gray 5, 4. Okay. So I've committed now to not using this double energy room. Really, this robot is my only energy, and I've spent 1. It's going to generate 4, 5 if I use Lucia. I've spent 1 already. So I need to make sure I'm not burning any more than 3 additional energy. You know I love my excavation, and it's going to push us back another 2, so I want to keep this moving. So what would it look like if I put a 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't put it here, obviously. I could throw, well, okay. I think I see the play here. If I throw this gray 5 here, it's not fully using the 5 for excavation, but moving this ship down 5 is excellent. Puts it on a target. Then I have 4s. The one in this column is kind of a throwaway. I've got energy left. Okay. So I can put it here and install another robot. I'm generating 4 energy and I've only spent 3. Except, then I don't have energy to research. Do I want to research instead? I can do one or the other. 5, since this has a +1, that's a great number to research. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to throw... If I put a 4 there, is it going to... I guess, do I want to re-roll the remaining die or not? It's going to have to go in this column. I guess I'll re-roll it. If it's low, I'll throw it in anti-air. If it's high, well, I won't have the energy to make a robot. It'll be fine. So I'm going to put the white 4 here in the research room, re-rolling this gray 4. It's a 3. So I don't want to spend 2 energy on a 3 robot. A 3 in the anti-air would put it down onto the mothership space. I want to avoid that. So I am just going to throw it here, moving the ship a full 3. Also, when I place this 4 here, these should have moved 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it, right? Yeah, that's... Yes, okay. Just making sure I made all my moves. Okay, I'm going to resolve these. This anti-air is nothing. The 5, let me generate energy first, huh? Do I want to boost this robot? Yeah, you know, okay. I've recently, in my 30s here, had a change of heart where I used to never drink potions in video games. Like, consumables were not here to use, they were here to worry about whether I would need them more later. Now, use your consumables. Like, maybe there will be a better time, but maybe that time that would have been better won't even exist because you did so well now. So I'm going to go ahead and use her. I will use the once per game Lucia Ortega ability to increase this robot value from 5 to 6. And now this way, when I resolve this, it's going to tick down to 5, but generate 6 minus 1 is 5 energy. And it'll just last longer generating energy there. Meanwhile, this die did nothing. Now I can spend a die to excavate 3 spaces here. Or spend an energy, rather. Spend an energy to launch jet fighters with a value of 6. So we are destroying this one on the 4, this one on the 4, and this white ship on the 3. That feels solid. These will all go back up here. And here, researching, spending 2 energy to research for 5 thanks to the +1, which will get me over the 1, 3, 1. I like that a lot. Okay. This is a short... It's a short mothership trajectory. I do need to make sure that I keep moving because it's going to hit the defeat mark pretty fast. But for now, I'm feeling good about how this is going. As I celebrate with a sip of scotch. Okay, going to shift the mothership down 1. This ship was already deployed here, but these ones will go obviously here, and then it looks like here. And I'll roll some dice. I'll set Lucia aside since I've used her. All right, a white 4 and 5, a gray 2, 3, 6. What am I looking to do this time? I have a great jet fighter room now that costs no energy at all. So it's a good time to line up a lot of hits. Annoyingly, if I put a 6 here, the ship on that column just gets really close but not on a target. So I actually wonder if I want to put a 3 here and maybe something else here. And then finally utilize the Montreal ability to add them together. That is definitely an option. It would mean not researching using these rooms, but I have some better rooms for research anyway at this point. Let me start with that. I will throw a 3 in this jet fighter room, which will move this ship down onto... It's a 7 target, so I want to have 4 here at least, if I can manage it. Which I have a 4 on a white die. Am I content to reroll the rest? No, I think I want to install another robot with this 6. Oof, it is not safe to put in the column that I want to put it in now. That's tricky. I would like to put a 4 in this column because that would actually line both of these ships up onto these target spaces. So, yeah, how can I not just put a 4 there? That's too good. I will put it in this research space. That's committing to spend 2 energy on that, but it'll research for 6, which seems pretty good. Okay, and that rerolls these dice. A white 6, 3 and a 1 on the gray dice. I wanted a number that was a little bigger than that for this because I'm putting some... Oh, and I need to... Sorry, I didn't move my 4s. I am really struggling to remember that sometimes. Okay. I really want at least a 4 in this room so that they sum to 7 and take out the ship that's sitting on a 7. And so I'm going to need... But I also... Well, the 6 could just go there. Or I could place a 6 somewhere else and re-roll the gray dice and hope for the best. I'm generating 4 energy this turn, and I have 1. I've already spent 2, so I have 3 left to spend. Why don't I... You know, I'm going to keep excavating. I'm going to put this 3 here. Damn it, but I want to destroy that ship too. Alright, I'm just going to throw the white 6 in this jet fighter room. Roll the rest of the dice. 3s. I'm stuck with these 3s in these remaining 2 columns. I'm not happy with them. Those don't line up any more attacks, so that's a shame. But they also don't cause any mothership icons, so that's a silver lining. I do have 2 energy to spare this round. I could use it throwing these both in research, summing them up to 5, which would get me 2 more spaces up. I could also install a really weak robot. That doesn't feel very good. Or I could throw them in anti-air, but... Oh, speaking of anti-air, oh no. This civilian, which is a 5, needs to be rescued. Okay. Yeah, I think they're just going to research. I've still got pretty low numbers here. I'll just throw these both here, so we'll move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. That round was a puzzle, and I don't know if I did it as well as it could be done. But let's see how this resolves. I'm going to need energy, so robot is going to tick down to 4, but generate 5 minus 1 energy is plus 4 energy. That's paying off. I think that was a good call to use my character. Okay, then... Oh, I forgot I researched down here too. So I can add all 3 of these rooms together, right? Montreal's effect says 2 or more room effects can be resolved simultaneously. Sum their values and perform that effect once. So this would be spending 4 energy. Whether I sum them or not, I'll spend my 4 energy to do all my research now. So this is a value of 3. This has a -1, so it's a value of 2. And this has a +2, so it's a value of 6. 3 plus 2 plus 6 is 11. Is there any situation where like I would rather not sum them? I can't think of why that would be. So 11 will get me here. Wow, that's really wasteful. Damn. You know what? I think there's no reason to pay the energy for this 3. I think I'm going to decline to use it. Because then these, the 6 and the 2, sum up to 8 anyway and get me to the same spot as if I had paid for the 3 on the research track. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I think that Montreal's ability saved me... Well, no. No, yeah, because the 2 couldn't have gotten me very far. Yeah, okay. So I think that Montreal's ability did save me some energy there. So that's cool. The last thing is to spend 1 energy and combine these jet fighters. They add up to 9. So that'll destroy this ship, and this one that's on a 7, which feels great. And the mothership will move. This damages the base. Does that kill the civilian? I think it was only when a ship arrives, but let me double check the evacuation rules here. When a ship hits the city, discard all tokens that are on the city. So okay, so no, we're fine. We just took one of our damage towards losing. Let's redeploy these. That'll go here. And we're ready for yet another round. Wow, a 6, a 5, and a 3 on the gray dice, and a 1 and a 2 on the white dice. I do ideally want to save this civilian with a 5 on it. So one of these, this 5 or 6 on an anti-air might be the way to do that. But let's see my options. Oh! Yeah, never mind. Okay. For a second I thought I forgot to excavate, but I did not end up placing a die there. I do want to excavate this turn. I want access to this sweet research and robot room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can safely put a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Excavate the rest of the base. Seems good. Let's start with that. Okay. Am I destroying any ships this turn? Probably only with 1 die. I don't want to invest a lot into jet fighters this time. With my robot starting to lose efficiency, I'm looking pretty hard at the energy room. Let me start by throwing a 3 here in the energy room, which will move this ship onto a 4 target, and then I'll see if I can destroy that. But how? I've got some low numbers to use. So I probably just want to do a throwaway anti-air with a white die to reroll the others. Let me see. My next research is a 7, which means I need to either research in 2 rooms or not make progress. So is this a research round? Ooh, I'm having a tough time on this one. It's the 3 leftmost columns. If I throw a 5 in like the anti-air here, this moves over and there's 3 ships in the same column over there. Oh, that's awkward. Alright, here's I think what I'm just going to do. There's nothing in this left column that I really want to do. I want to throw this white 2 into anti-air, moving this ship down once, and then reroll. A 2 and a 4. I was saying that I wanted at least 4 on my attack. And then the 2 at least won't have... Oh, man. I don't want the 2 to go in this column and trigger a mothership. These aren't great. These aren't great at all. I think I will throw this 2 here. No. This is really difficult. I still need energy. That was a big priority. Okay. I'm going to throw the 4 here. So now I have tons of energy. And then... No. I'm going to throw the 2 here. Right? Okay. I got it. You can stop watching a man agonize over a turn now. I'm not going to place the 2 yet. I'm first going to place the 4 in this expensive as hell gun. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not great, but it's at least not hitting me this turn. And I have 2 ships on 4s that a 4 is enough to kill. And then it's the super expensive jet fighter room, but now I'm placing this 2 here, so I'm going to generate a lot of energy this turn. So that'll just move this ship down too. Yeah, I don't love it, but that's going to have to do. It's going to require a drink before I resolve this. Let me utilize this robot. It's going to take from 4 to 3, generating 3 energy. And then I will spend that 3 on this jet fighter room, attacking for 4. So that's going to destroy this ship and this white ship. This one that's on a 5, I didn't get there. It's still 1 space away. We'll see if we can save that or if we're just taking a damage. Then I'll spend an energy to excavate 6 spaces. That feels great. And then I will generate 5 energy. So for once, I'm going into the next round with energy. That I like. The mothership's going to move down. It's going to spawn a white ship. And then they will deploy something like this. Okay, here's the state of the game. The mothership is halfway to Montreal. My research track looks like it's about halfway up, but these are the harder numbers, so it's really not. So research has got to be a priority here. I think on this next turn, like I want to use, ideally, this double room to get a big research and a robot. Wow, but then this ship will totally hit. I guess I'm going to roll the dice and see. Here we go. Oh, and so I don't forget another one. We did reach another civilian token. It's a 6. So if I can send a 6 to anti-air, that'll save these. Otherwise, that's a lot of damage when this bottom ship comes in. So I probably need to keep re-rolling looking for a 6. So let me see what I can do to make that happen. It's pretty safe to throw like this white 5 into column 4 here, because the white ship would come down and just fail to slide over. Where would I put it? The fighters? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to throw the white 5 into this jet fighter room. I'll move this ship down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can't slide over. And I'll re-roll the rest of these looking for a 6. I got it. Wow, 6, 5, 5, 5. Okay, which column do I want to put a 6 anti-air in? It can't be this column because that ship would hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 anti-air will move at 5. That would be a mothership icon. Hate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's relatively safe, the middle. or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't love that. I don't really want this ship to move past its only remaining opportunities to destroy it. So it looks like it's the center column. And then do I want a white or gray die? Oh, no. It has got to be the 6, right? I was counting 5s, so it threw me off. Okay, so 6 goes in the anti-air here. That will... Does it immediately resolve these when you place it? Yes. So immediately, these 2 civilians are saved. That's great. I think we've managed this scenario well. This is going to move down 5. And then I have a 5. Woof. I have a 5 fighter. I would love a 1 in the anti-air over here just so that the ship doesn't move and I can destroy it. But what does that mean I'm doing here? I need to put this 5 somewhere. I hate it here because it would land on a mothership. I also hate it here because it would slide past all the opportunities to destroy this ship. Unless I put this in anti-air also. I think I'm going to live with it. The base is going to take some damage eventually, right? I'm going to throw this... I have a lot of energy this turn. So I'm going to throw this 5 in a research +2 room. And reroll these dice. I think I'm actually looking for smaller things here. Maybe. It's hard to say. A 1 and a 5. Okay, so I've got options. Oh, this 5. That slides over. That's scary. Okay, so these go on the left side. I currently only have attacks lined up here. You know, I got my wish. I got a 1. Am I throwing that in the anti-air in this column? I think so. So they won't move at all. And then this is just a 5 on the left. Damn, that's either a mothership symbol or I have to put it in anti-air, and then I'm accomplishing so little this round. I think I gotta go for the research with this. Okay. So if I let it land on a mothership icon, it's gonna skip reversing the excavator. That's cool. And then the mothership this turn will reverse 1 research. So I want to make sure that I'm like past. It'll just undo a 1. Ideally, what would these sum to? That would be a 7 and a 5 is 12. So I would go 7, 8 and get stuck. That's not great. Yeah, this is not a great research die either. Oh wow, this is not fantastic. Maybe I'm just installing a... Oh, wow. I think it's anti-air. I hate this. But I think that's it. That's not good at all. That was a bad round. That was a really bad round. We've got 3 anti-air that are just going to clear out. We do spend 1 energy. Fire jet fighters at 5, which will destroy that ship. So that's a silver lining. I don't see any reason not to have this robot generate 2 energy and then tick down to 2. And then I'm spending 2 energy researching for 7, which that much is great, getting over that 7. That's the second highest number on the track. But I have to really start hauling ass on research, because now mothership comes down, backs up the excavator slightly, and we'll deploy this ship. This is getting intense. Threat 2. It might be the sweet spot because I'm feeling like this is a really good level of challenge. And I'm not sure which way it's going to go. But I am going to roll the dice. You've got white 6 and a 5, a gray 2, 2, and 1. Big white numbers, low gray numbers. Okay. What are we doing here? I hate this column. If I throw anything but a 1 in here, this ship hits me, but a 1 hits a mothership here. That's really lose-lose. I don't want to advance the mothership, so I think I would rather the red ship hit Montreal. There's also no civilians to worry about right now. So, I think my ideal is to put a 2 in that column, which will line up the white ship to be destroyed. Or a 6. 6 could go in that column. That feels pretty good. I could throw this white 6 in that column. I like where the ships move. I can put it in jet fighters and see how many other attacks I can line up. Yeah, I think that's the play. Okay, this ship does hit my base. I take a damage. I can safely take 3 more damage. This ship's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it will blow up. So we've got that going for us, and we have to reroll the rest of the dice. Okay, 2 gray 6s, a white and a gray 2. The 6 does line up a shot here, so I like that. I'm thinking that this could go into this research and robot room. It's expensive energy-wise, but that's pretty valuable. I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that lines up an attack on that ship. So I love everything about that. There's nowhere else that I like what a 6 does. And I could use some energy. So what does that mean for me? Only replacing this robot really generates much energy for me. I mean, I have energy, but I'm starting to run out. I think I want to use this white 2 and reroll the rest. I don't like these numbers. So where should the white 2 go? Probably in... Probably in where? Is that just going to be what goes in this column? I think so. I'll put the white 2 here. So now I'm doing a research and robot for 9. I'm moving this ship down 2. I forgot to deploy a ship here, didn't I? No, I destroyed that. I destroyed that. I'm good. No, I didn't. God. All right. This ship was here. This one was here. That ship was back 6. All right, it should have gone here. And then should have moved 2. That's great. That moves on to an attack. Okay. You love when you have to accidentally catch up something you forgot and it works out well. Now I'm rerolling these dice. A 2 and a 4. All right. I'm going to need energy pretty badly. Well, a 4 lines up this attack. And if I put it here, it'll research. It'll move this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then my energy I'm spending is a total of 6, but I have 5 and my robot will generate kind of a final 1 before it retires. That's fine. And then I don't have anything I'm a fan of. I don't have the energy for anything here. I'm going to throw this 2 in anti-air, which will move this down onto an attack space. There's going to be a lot of carnage here at least. Yeah, let me take a sip and then enjoy watching some aliens blow up. I'm going to take this robot down to 1. It generates 1 energy, and I'm just going to retire it. It's past its usefulness. This is anti-air. 6 here, spending an energy to send jet fighters for 6. That destroys this ship, and this ship, and this ship, and this one, and this white one that was close to the base. You'd love to see the skies almost entirely clear. Down here, I'm spending 3 energy to research and robot. So this 9 value becomes a 6 robot. I'll decide where to place that in a second. And spoilers, it's probably going to be generating energy. And then the 2 here to research. So I'm definitely researching with all of that. That's a 9 and a 4. 13 is my value if I combine them. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. it gets to here. But it does mean that when it goes back, I lose a 3. If I split them up, though, and I go 9, I would go 8 and 3. Yeah, I think most of the time with research, adding them up or not is going to be 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Okay, so what did we say? A grand total of 13. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. That's where I have to stop, but that's a lot of research progress. I like that. And I'm out of energy going into this round. That's what's scary. I do still have this 6 robot that I can place. I kind of like it maybe in this combined energy and guns room. It has a -4 value, but I just put one more die in there, and then I'm instantly attacking for quite a bit and generating a lot of energy. Feels pretty good. I'm going to try it. I'll put it right. I don't have a strong preference. I'll want to be putting high numbers in the other one too. So the one on the right, I think just has more attack spots, so I'm happier playing higher numbers there because they would get down here to several opportunities to attack them. So, okay, so that'll be the play. The mothership is going to move. It sets our research back a step. And this new civilian is a 4 that it would be nice to save. Well, the skies are still clear, except for the little looming mothership situation. There's also a guaranteed damage in 2 turns from the mothership, so I only can really take 2 more from other sources, which would be it if this ship comes in and there's a civilian here. So we're cutting it close. Let's roll these dice. Okay, big numbers, which is what I said I wanted. That's a 1 and a 5 white and a 4-6-6 gray. A 6 here would mean I'm generating 8 energy. That feels great. And attacking for 8, also great. The one issue is it would not line up and attack, but I still like how it feels. But I also need to be researching. And I need to be researching a lot. If I can get to here this turn, I think that's the ideal. And then I just have to do it, blow out a 12 research. So that's 6, 11. I want to sum to 12 here. I can get there pretty easily with two of these 6s, or even a 6 and a 5. And I've got energy as long as I put a good number in here. Okay, so let me do that. If I put this 6 here, this double room will have a value of 8. That'll max out my energy. I'll be good to do all the research I want to do from there. So throw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This ship can't move over. I like that too. Then I'll throw a... These are such big numbers. I can't just blow out 24 research, can I? That's the total? Wait a tick. 10, 15. But if I got a +2 here and a +1 here, then I'm at 18. I'm so close. It would depend on if I roll a big enough number here, I actually could just finish the research track this turn. And since I need to be doing the research anyway, I guess I'll go for it. So why don't I put a 6? This is the one column that I have to be cautious about. Or not, and I take the damage and try to push for this win. Let me start by putting a 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a... Woof. Well, if I don't get the research this round, I have to leave myself in a situation where putting decently sized numbers in research next round doesn't just bring on an onslaught of ships. So let me actually, since I'm attacking for 8 with this, I'm going to put this gray 4 here, because that becomes a 6 value room with the +2, and then the ship will be here on a destruction space. And then I can safely use that +2 room again next turn. Yeah, that's going to be really good. Okay. This middle column is the scary thing. I would love a 2. And to that end, I kind of want to maybe just place the 5 somewhere and re-roll. 5 works great here because this also moves the ship onto a target. So I'll put the 5 here on this research space. Re-roll these 2 dice. Looking for a 2 for that middle column. I got a 3 and a 4. I can get a 2 using anti-air. The number I said I definitely wanted to research was 12. Currently I'm at, and because I can add these together, I'm at 11. That's kind of a shame. But if I throw this 4 just into this space, it's not energy efficient, but it does the rest of the research that I need. And then this 3 into anti-air, that lines up another target. I think that sets me up for next round pretty well. And I'm not spending too much energy, right? I'm spending 5, but I'm generating maximum energy. Yeah. I think I have solved this. As long as I don't get too fucked by the dice next turn or anything. I did not save this civilian. I think the plan is to just not ever have a ship hit the base again, so it won't matter. It's an ambitious plan, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so resolving these dice. We can remove this anti-air 3. So this combined room, it's 12 on the dice with a -4 value, so 8 value. It generates 8 energy. I max at 7. And it attacks for 8, which is going to destroy this ship on the 7, on the 4, and on the 3. Love that. Let's see. So this die is done. This robot ticks down to 5. Then it's just research. I have a combined, I have to spend 5 energy. Puts me at 2 where I started. And this is 6, 11, 15, which will get me across the 3, 3, 5, 1. It wastes a few points of research, but it gets me to where all I have to do is get 12 next turn. And then the mothership moves. No additional effects. We'll just redeploy these. And I'm feeling great. I just need to not die while I get 12 points of research. Could not be easier. All right, here we go. Not large numbers, but these are still probably large enough. Because I can safely... Yeah, I'm rather than risk rolling all low numbers, I'm going to use the ones I have here. So I can throw a 5 into this +2 research. That's 7 research there. Hang on, before I commit to that, I do need to make sure I have enough energy for any research I'm doing. I only have 2. So I either have to put a big number here so that I'm still generating energy after the -4. Oh, it doesn't have to be that big a number. Yeah, actually, like that's a good place to put the 3. 8 minus 4 is it'll generate 4 energy, and that's plenty. Yeah, okay. That'll be the plan. Okay, sticking with this then. Throw the 5 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 4 then can go safely here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did. So that's a 7 value and a 4. I'm 1 shy, so I think I'm just going to play it super safe. I'm going to throw this gray 1 into this research +1 room. This ship will move over like that. But now I'm at 7, 11, 13, and Montreal lets me combine them to research that 12. That's huge. I underestimated that Montreal ability. This alone makes it huge, because otherwise the only way to get the 12 would be with this room, and just my options would be so much narrower. Feeling really great about the whole Montreal thing. 3 will line up these like that, and all I'm doing is re-rolling this white die, and I don't think there's really any number that can totally screw me over. A 4 will just... We'll just throw it in an anti-air, because why not? That saves this civilian. I think we've done it. Let's just resolve it. I'm just going to go straight to the research, I guess, because, I guess I'll start with energy, actually. This is a 8 minus 4 is 4 value energy. Take down the robot. I'm also attacking for 4, which does destroy this ship. I don't think it will matter, but it is fun to kill more aliens. And then let's get to researching. We have 7 value, 4 is 11, and a 2 is 13 total, costing 5 energy out of my 6. I go down to 1, and I researched the final 12. Whew! That was good. That was good. That, I would say, 2 threat felt right. I was really on the fence about what difficulty level to choose. You can change mid-campaign, like nothing's stopping you, but you ideally, I think, stick with the difficulty. So I feel good that was a tense but achievable game. Although I hope it's not like, I hope I don't win every game. I would like to sometimes lose and have to get to use so when you lose in the campaign, you play a second mission in the same city with the upgraded version of the city's ability, which in Montreal, for example, it says 2 or more room effects of the same type can be resolved simultaneously. Sum their values, then perform the effect with a +1. So a relatively minor improvement, but still it's kind of like, it's a cool part of the content of the game. So hopefully I am challenged enough to lose sometimes. But for now, I'm just going to write a 2 here next to Montreal. And that's it. I think we've done it. We've done a video. We've done a game. The campaign has begun. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you for watching. I am loving this game. I don't do a lot of solo videos, so let me know what you think. If you have any feedback or anything, more than happy to hear it. Mostly, I consider Optimal Play to be a channel about friends playing games together, but it's also kind of a cool motivation to me to play solo games, actually, because I like the idea of playing solo games and then don't play them that much, and it's a little different kind of video for the channel. So I hope you enjoyed this, and you'll be back when we continue with another city, which I guess hasn't been chosen yet. See you then. Till then, be optimal.